Hello, this is Dr. Making Stuff, and today we'll be taking a look at Pokemon Ethereal Gates, a fan-made Pokemon project that is honestly really competently made. The game is absolutely fantastic, the Pokemon designs are great, the gameplay is exactly on par with what you would expect from a Pokemon game, so we're going to be taking a look at that. And this is all my own gameplay, and I just want to give you my honest impressions of the experience. So, I can't really pronounce the name of the production, but these guys made it. I love the opening, it's very Ruby and Sapphire. This is the Pokemon Professor, Professor Hawthorne, and he's just greeting us into the world of Pokemon, pretty normal stuff. And he's showing us one of the Pokemon in this region, it's Zumi. This is right out of Oak. This is right out of Oak's speech when it comes to Pokemon and telling us about the Pokemon world. So we're zooming out to reveal that this is on a television, which is a nice framing device for the overarching story of the game. And soon we'll find out. Okay, so these are our two friends. These are our two rivals for this game. And the female rival is freaking out over the arrival of the professor, because, you know, he's showing up in their town, he's doing research, and she's just losing her shit because she's such a big fan of his work. Then our other rival, August, is an absolute dickweasel, but he feels like we should go too. I guess he wants the poon. I don't know. So now we've traveled outside of our house, and we're meeting up with the professor. And Professor's funny, he's all like, "Oh my," and then he pretends to have a heart attack, but not really. And there's this cool goat thing, and it's all like, and, you know. So here she's volunteering us for his research. And I like this whole framing device. There's just a much more active role because we're seeking out the professor, and he's giving us our Pokemon for a very specific purpose, and I think that that's cool. You know, he's not just giving us starters because that's the thing to do. He's giving us starters as both rewards and protection for the journey that we're about to go on for him. So there's that. He keeps talking about the place he comes from, and I guess this region is called Leneka, or something like that. And pretty soon he's going to be showing us the Pokemon, and we're going to be selecting our own Pokemon. And August is a very competitive rival, and he wants the first Pokemon, but then the group decides that we are to go first. So we go first, and I guess because we didn't complain about the mission because we're a silent protagonist. I think that's the joke. And I'll take a look at all of the Pokemon before choosing which Pokemon I'm going to select. There is a Kitorch, a Bubble, and a Fernling. And they're all really good designs. I mean, they're basic, but they're just like Gen 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon designs. I honestly was not too big of a fan of Gen 3 and Gen 4 because they made the Pokemon designs too complicated. Now right here I name my Bubble Spike, and that is the name of my original Squirtle all the way back in Fire Red. And so naming him after my first starter is a pretty big deal. You can no longer name Pokemon Spike in the new Pokemon games. I guess they think it's a cuss word or something. Anyways, the professor gives us all our own Pokemon and our own Pokedexes. Now, August, our rival, chose the Pokemon that is strong against our Pokemon, and our other friend / rival, April, chose the Pokemon that is weak to ours because it was the only one left. But she doesn't care which Pokemon she gets. She's going to go do some bonding with her Pokemon, which shows the opposite approach that she has from August. He wants to battle right away because he's a dick. And I like the fact that this rival's a dick. It makes you want to beat this punk's ass every time he comes around. So, I'm completely cool with all of that. it's hard to think of things to say. So we're going into our first battle. By the way, this is recorded in post. This isn't recorded while I'm playing the game. Anyways, so I send out my Pokemon, and the basic strategy for all rival battles from the beginning of time till now is he's going to use a random assortment of like Leer and Tackle. Instead of fucking around with status ailment moves, I'm just going to tackle till I win, because I'm going to accrue more damage than he can generate even boosted with his move, which is going to give me the victory all the time. This is how I feel about status things in general, both boosters and things that take your opponent's stats down. You're going to see me using a lot of special attacking moves, lots of attacking moves, just to destroy the opponent as quickly as possible. I understand that in competitive, it's pretty nice to have boosters to give you an advantage, but we're not talking about competitive. This is a solo playthrough, so I'm going to be using the strategy of a 10-year-old, basically laser beaming everything to death. And this is not a Nuzlocke either. I want to bond with my Pokemon long-term over the game. If they lose, they lose. I don't care. I'm going to be continuing to use them. This is really just my first impression of this game overall, although I will probably be releasing other parts to just give us more time with Pokemon Ethereal Gates. This video was supposed to come out yesterday, but it didn't because I had other things to do. So we go and we visit our mom one last time before leaving the town, and we're going to go investigate the first town. There's really not much else here, just kind of teaching you the basics. And now we're on our way. We're on our way outside. We're on Route 1. So we talk to some of the townspeople, and we're just going in. We're going right in, and it's our first Pokemon battle. I should mention at this point that the music in this game is amazing. This is Avench. It is the Pidgey of this generation, although he is way more powerful than Pidgey ever was, and I wonder what he's going to evolve into, because he just makes really quick work of the Viridian Forest type area of this generation. Anyways, we don't catch this one. I think we're going to accrue a bit of experience. We're probably level 10 or so before we catch our first Pokemon. So we go and battle another one. These are all level 3s. I think I wait for a level 5. I prefer male Pokemon for some reason. I don't know. In the first generation, I just always assumed that all my Pokemon were dudes unless they looked specifically girly. But it doesn't stop me from catching male or female Pokemon. It's just a slight bias on my part. So this is a Baummouse. It's sort of our Rattata for this generation, but it's grass normal type, which is, you know, a different typing for your, like, normal Route 1 starter. And I'm not sure whether or not we catch this one, or not. I don't think we can. I don't believe we have Pokeballs yet. That's, by the way, you have to wait a little while before you get Pokeballs, which kind of forces you to level up a bit before it's time to get Pokeballs. So we're fighting another Avench here. I won't be showing you a lot of grinding, but because this is on the way to something important, I'll be showing, you know, any Pokemon that I fight on the way. But when I go for major grinding sessions, you're not going to see that. I will, however, be showing you all of the evolutions of Pokemon and every capture of a Pokemon, is my intent. I might fuck up on that here and there, but I want to show you the major points. So that guy just gave us Pokeballs, because he's giving out samples for the mart, and this other guy that we're meeting up with now is showing us around town. He's interesting. He's a nice guy. There's really just, this is supposed to establish Red Building is the Pokemon Center, and the other building is the Blue Building, and that's the mart. That's really all he wants to show us, and he also shows us that this town has a tree in the center of it, which is 200 years old and is the oldest thing in this town. I don't know if that'll eventually become relevant, but it's cool that every area has its own feel and its own story. When we get to towns later on, you're going to see that every town has its own gimmick, very much like the first generation. Every town has its own feel. Pokemon Ethereal Gates just has so much the feel of Pokemon in general. One thing I didn't cover before is that there is some light cussing in this game, which throws me off a little bit, because since when does there cussing in Pokemon? Now, he just gave us the town map, which is going to be useful because the town map in Pokedex is not integrated into this game to the extent that you can see where you are when you're looking for Pokemon, which means you have to check the town map, see that you're in a place that the Pokemon that you want is. It's a little bit more complicated, but it's fine. It was that way in the first and second gen also, I'm pretty sure. So, that's okay. Gotta check the town map. Now, supposedly we can register items, but I'm not sure if that's possible. Anyways, this is our first trip to the Pokemon Center in the game. You know, so we're just gonna talk to everybody, we're gonna explore the town. And here in a bit, we're gonna go revisit that old man because he gives us antidotes. You know, because we're going to be going into a heavily forested area that has bugs, and the bugs have poison, and it is potentially possible to get poisoned. Something else I should talk about is the difficulty of this game. Now, right here we encounter the first side quest. This woman gives us a letter to give to her boyfriend or lover or whatever in another town, and we're supposed to deliver that letter. And by this point, I think I have the antidotes. I think I must have revisited that man either off-screen or on-screen, and I just didn't bring it up. So we're meeting our trainer Joey at the beginning, where we're basically, this is the first Pokemon fight we're having. Somebody does say the classic shorts and comfy to wear line. So, this game is just so true, not only in its music, but in its general themes and tones and what characters say, to other previous generations of Pokemon, and the overarching feel of Pokemon. Another thing I can appreciate about this this fan game is that there's no old Pokemon in this game. This is just the Pokemon of this region. These guys had the balls to make 200 of their own Pokemon and make a region out of that. And so far, every Pokemon I've encountered has fit the bill as far as looking like a Pokemon. Not overly complex designs, not overly simplistic designs. It's right in the middle. Most Pokemon are inspired by an animal with an elemental take. It's good. So, after I defeat Trainer Joey or whatever, I'm here just taking on some birds and shit, grinding up, I think. And here in a while, I think I'm going to get my first capture. I believe this is it. If I remember correctly, this is it. I catch this Bombhouse. And, I haven't really done much work with, Bombhouse yet, so I don't really know what he's all about. But, he's a pretty good Raticate's, replacement. You know, he's adequate so far as I can tell. I don't know if he's going to be as useful as your Line Loon and Zigzagoon line, but maybe he will be. And that'll be good. So here it says he's mistaken for bamboo shoots in the woods, and I don't know how that's possible, but I name him Shoots because of his Pokemon entry. Also, I'll probably be naming every Pokemon that I get, barring ones that I'm not interested in, because of the fact that, you know, when I'm training them, I want them to have unique personalities. I want to be able to get attached to those Pokemon. So here I'm just doing my thing, grinding a little bit, fighting some Pokemon. I think I may catch this guy as well. I may also catch this Pokemon. If not, then very soon I'll be catching another. And this is just the basic team. I like to catch and evolve everything that I basically see. There's a few Pokemon here and there that I probably won't be evolving for time's sake. This isn't going to be a complete run-through. Hell, this is a demo. I'm not even sure how many levels we got. So far, in my previous playthrough, I've only been to the first gym and only completed like the first couple of side quests, and I got to like the Lavender Town equivalent. So I catch this guy, and I name him Woodstock, I'm pretty sure. Because of the old Charlie Brown skits and stuff, with the little bird that goes like, wah, wah. So, I've got a little Woodstock there. Phoebe is a great Pokemon. She's really powerful or whatever, but very, very challenging to catch. So I'm pretty sure I don't catch a phobie in this episode. I take on another trainer. This is really just getting stronger with our first few Pokemon that we have here. Battling, catching. I don't go into the Viridian Forest area this time because there's really no reason to as of yet. It's a little bit beyond us. I'll need to grind a little bit before we go in there. I like to have at least one Pokemon that's a little over-leveled so that I know that I'm not going to just out and outright fail in any area. If you looked really quickly, you could see the Caterpie equivalent. We'll be seeing a lot more of him. He evolves into something pretty interesting for a Caterpie type. So now we're back in the Pokemon Center, and this will be the end of our look at this game for today. I really hope you enjoyed our look at ethereal gates, and we'll be looking at it even more later on. So, have a nice one. This is Dr. Making Stuff, signing out.